Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela. And I thought I would do a Mediumistic Monday. So this deck, I actually got off my playing cards. It's from a creator, on a fellow YouTuber created it for missing persons, more or less missing persons or murdered people, victims, or I think suicides also. And it's exactly the kind of deck I needed in my life too, because part of my practice is, my practice is involving mediumship. I don't do it always like I should. But a lot of times, a lot of stuff happens to me. It happens at work, and I have like downloads of information. Like, I'm very clear cognizant when it comes to my mediumship abilities. And, I'm sorry, I'm distracted because my other deck here in my hand is all out of whack. Weird. This I got off of Etsy. It's like Life is Like a Board Game Tarot, and I think these two pair very well together for the intended, for this specific kind of thing. So, today was the first day. Actually, it's not the first day. So, here in the last few weeks, because I'm one of those people, I'm always trying to prove to myself that this is real, or maybe I'm always trying to prove to myself that this is not real, even though I've had so many experiences proving, yes, what you're seeing, feeling, hearing, seeing is real. I'm still always debating that. And the last probably two and a half months, I decided, you know what? I'm going to start taking what I'm seeing, hearing, feeling at face value. That this is someone coming through. That this is happening to me. And I've actually gotten a lot more, other than when I first started my spiritual journey. Everything seemed to open at once, and floodgates were opened. And I don't know if you guys just saw that. Something just flew through there very lightly. If you've noticed, a lot of my videos lately have a lot of orbs in them. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've noticed watching them back, there's a lot of orbs going on, which I find interesting because it seems the more and more I embrace this spiritual, it seems the more I embrace the spiritual side of things and the things that are happening, the more frequently they're happening. It's like everything was turned on and open and over flooding me when I first started my spiritual journey. And then I shut it all down because I'm like, this is terrifying. And my dog is kicking the table. That's crazy. I think I just saw another orb go. That's weird. And then it's taken me a long time to feel like I'm building anything back up. But every time I start to feel anything or see anything or hear anything or whatever the case might be, I'm like, oh, this ain't real. And then it goes away again. And so a lot of it, my stagnation in my practice is me not wanting to believe what I'm seeing. And most of the time, I have, well, I've said before, I have clairvoyance and claircognizance are the two that work in tandem with each other when I have a mediumistic thing happen. And usually the claircognizance is like a whole storyline, as I'm visually watching it play out clairvoyantly. It's always silent for some reason. And that's usually my indication that what I'm seeing is a real thing. So earlier today at work, I was thumbing through YouTube, and I came across this lady that I haven't seen her in a little bit. And I'm like, I want to see what she's up to. She's put another video out, a few videos. And she was doing a reading on Jennifer Fairgate, which I have not heard of at all. She used this deck and put out a few cards. One of them was the second card she put out, and I will link her video below this as well. But the second card she flipped over, let me see if I can even find it real quick. Because it is literally just words in this deck. Bathroom. my gosh, I probably should have got more prepared for this, but why are some of them turned around? That's weird. Hold on. There's a lot of cards in this deck. A lot. Oh my gosh. There's a lot. This was the first card that she put out. And she was thinking like mob boss or something like that. Like this was a hit. If I ever find the card. Interesting. She did have news or information come up in the bottom, I think. What is it going to be? The last card I get in here? I know this card is in here. Yeah. She had kitchen come up. And it's funny because the next card is... Oh, and then she had... Before she had... Or she was talking about the boss card. And you can't even see it here. Sorry, I got stuff over there. So the boss card came up. She started talking about like... what do you call it? She started talking about mob boss, possibly. Maybe she got mixed up in the wrong kind of crowd. And then this card popped. And she dropped this card. And I immediately saw and she's like, I'm not sure why kitchen popped up. And I immediately, clairvoyantly, saw a woman being stabbed through her stomach with a random just kitchen knife by a man. They both appear to be maybe in their early to mid 30s. This is all I'm seeing and what I felt and what I guessed. And I feel like it was a fiery act of not passion, but like a passionate, he was angry and it was just an act of like, without thinking, he just grabbed the nearest utensil and stabbed her and then realized, oh my God, I just killed her, in the kitchen. And I also got that, it seemed like it was someone she knew, that they had an estrangement with each other at some point, and he started coming back around, was like, I'm in a program, I've changed, and she's like, okay, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. So she allowed him into her home, or into where she was at. And I kept getting that it was a small space that she was stabbed in. I also was getting, he was a male, but he also had mental health issues. Like there was drugs involved. He was mentally unstable. And then the next card she pulled out was mental health. And I'm like, yeah, that seems like this guy, like this person that stabbed her. And I also feel like that there was another party involved, that he called this person, which I think both of them knew. And she said that maybe she was a CI for somebody. And I do feel like in that capacity that they both did something in that kind of capacity. And this third person was like a cop or somebody that he came, saw what was happening. And I got a blonde male from that one. Saw what the other guy did and was like, okay, I need to cover it up, because he still wanted to utilize the guy that had the mental health issues. He knew this guy was breaking down, and did nothing to stop it. So for that, to me, plus he helped hide the body. That's all the stuff I got out of it. It said unstable, drug addiction, mental health issues. He had convinced her that he was changed, but I also feel like she did have something on this person, and maybe she was getting ready to tell on him or something. And he come over, they're polite with one another. They started having a conversation, and in a fit of rage, he stabbed her. That's what I got out of the whole thing. And then she did cards. She did another card here, I think, but she did cards from this deck to clarify these cards. And here's where I was like, okay, because when it came back to kitchen, this is the clarifier card she dropped. Knife, stabbed. And I'm like, okay, I'm outdone. Because it seemed like all these cards she was putting down here were confirmation of what I was seeing. And I'm like, this is insanity. I have no idea anything about this person. I don't know when she went missing. I don't know. This is like the first time that I've gotten hits like this. That once I saw that clairvoyantly, all this other stuff started coming in claircognizantly, and that's usually how it goes with me. Like, I'm clairvoyantly, I'm seeing an image or a scene play out, and then the claircognizance gets in and fills in all the blanks, fills in all the holes from what that's doing. So I found that quite interesting that I was just literally watching this video and all this stuff just started coming out. And once again, normally I'd be like, oh, I'm making this up, blah, 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 blah. But claircognizance, I found, is one of those that it's very hard to convince yourself that what you're seeing, what's coming in is what's coming in, that it's not fake, because it's just all of a sudden, you know this. So I found that quite interesting. And once I started accepting that this was real stuff coming in, it started to slowly come in more and more and more, on a more of a level that I can handle it versus when I first started my journey. So what I was going to do is just pull a few cards here to see if I can get any more information on Jennifer Fairgate. I do feel like she has passed. I do believe that was her I was seeing being stabbed. From what I was seeing of this person's video, she didn't know much about her either, but she knew that the news report said that she had been shot. It could be very well that she was shot to cover up the fact that she was stabbed. From what I'm feeling, the stabbing is what really killed her. So I found that interesting, and maybe I'll do a part 2 to this where I've looked up the information to see if anything I get or have gotten is correct. You guys let me know in the comments below if you want to see that video. But if Jennifer Fairgate will indulge me and allow us to speak with her or have her come in and communicate to me through the deck, any more information we can glean from her disappearance. You guys saw that just fall out, right? Like craziness. Male and masculine. Yes, it was a male that did this. That's insane. So, any more information? I keep trying to get... that keeps trying to pop up with something else but traveling, and bones. And to me, they moved her body, so that would be traveling. And at this point, she would be bones. I do want to ask her, let me see if anything else. Love triangle. I don't get, and I think she actually did get, oh no, she got this on a different video, because I watched a couple of her videos at the same time. I don't get that there was any love there. But I do believe there was a triangle between her, this friend that she's reacquainting herself with, and this third party that both of them report to. Not necessarily a boss, like she said in the video, but maybe somebody in a higher standing than what they're in, that they both report to for something, is what I was kind of getting out of that. So, not necessarily a love triangle necessarily, but a triangle nonetheless. Because he knew the person that helped remove the body and cover everything up. And I feel like wherever she was at, because I feel like somebody posted something about it, that she was actually in a hotel room, not her apartment. But I'm seeing a very small kitchen when I see this. So it could very well be there was a kitchen in a hotel. I don't know. All I know is I keep seeing a kitchen and it's all white counters, white everything. Everything is white. And if somebody's stabbed, of course, they're going to be, there's going to be a lot of blood. But I think the person that came and helped knows about this kind of stuff and knew how to remove any blood evidence, knew how to make it look like she just walked out of the room one day and never came back, instead of actually looking for trace evidence of blood or anything like that. I don't think that's been done at all. Highway, road, or route, got that. So it feels like this person, this to me is the third party, the third person that came in after the fact, helped remove the body, helped move it to another location. Maybe she's buried along the side of a highway somewhere, and there's bones there. Her bones are there. I don't know. Now let's pull from this card deck and see if we can get any further information on here. Confusing illusions place. Confusing illusions. And I was literally just getting ready to say, she seems confused. And it just feels like she's confused by the fact that this third person didn't help, didn't turn him in, didn't arrest him, anything. He just, okay, let's just move the body. That's what I think she's confused on, because she's like, wait a minute, what's happened here? Any other information we can glean, we can figure out. I have the star. Can we confirm this? Can we? What we got here? We got 2 cards that fill out. Support of generosity and security and happily fulfilled place. So I feel like these are talking after she passed. She's moved on, and she's letting whoever know that she has since passed, moved on to higher plane of existence, something better. She didn't allow this to keep her earthbound, if that makes any sense, because this to me is cosmos. I keep wanting to say cosmos here. And if she's supporter of generosity and security and a happily fulfilled place, she's somewhere where this doesn't affect her anymore. She's moved to a higher plane of existence, if that makes any sense. I'll pull one more. Messenger of slow and steady. So I feel like that's pertaining to her being found. And that's the Knight of Pentacles. What were these? 10 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. There's a lot of emotions here to me. The Knight of Pentacles is the knight in the deck that doesn't move. He hasn't moved. He's just watching over his field, kind of. And I feel like this is the case, but I feel like this is pertaining to her case. Like, she may be a cold case at this point. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know anything about her. Anything, except what I saw in this video. But she may be a cold case at this point, but I feel like there's slowly stuff that's trickling in over the years that's going to eventually solve what happened to her. But it's literally going to take years. Because somebody new is going to decide, oh, I'm going to try to take on this case. And they might find out a tidbit of information and put it in the file. And then it'll set again for another 4 or 5 years. And then somebody else will come in and be like, oh, let me take a crack at it. And then they'll find another clue. And eventually all these clues are going to pile up to something being found out that is significant. That's all I have for now. Like I said, I had more information earlier, and I did do a meditation before I did any of this stuff tonight. If you want, let me know in the comments below. I will Google all of this and do some research and find out if I can find out any more about her, find out what in this I did, what in this I didn't do. Or we'll find out what's going on, what's happened with her. if there's any information at all. But yeah, if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And you guys have a good night. Bye.